What's it like to be a woman on the island of Ibiza?
So if you're a gorgeous man out there that's looking to find a gorgeous woman that's successful and wonderful, it's a good place to be.
You are telling me, you tell me.
The highs, the lows.
It's definitely played a role. I have experienced my fair share of misogyny.
The successes, the fails.
It used to be very much that women can't do that job.
I'm going to be going around interviewing a few women on this island and asking them what it's really like to be a woman.
I have never done a man's lashes and I would love to.
If I do end up getting this done, I'll cut to the B-roll.
Blinded by beauty.
It is very male-driven.
It is speaking not to be on.
As a woman, it's been actually really amazing to be someone who's gotten stronger.
It's so satisfying when you help someone to get something that they could not have got there on their own.
There are very few men of the same caliber.
My first job out here, actually, I had to leave because I was getting groped.
You are telling me, you tell me. You are telling me, you tell me. You are telling me, you tell me.
So we're on our way to meet our first interviewees, and they are none other than, well, before I actually tell you their names, I'll let me give you a little bit of an introduction to them because they deserve it. If you come to this island and you try to sort out your NIE, which is your documentation, your identification to work, if you try to sort out a job, if you try to sort out accommodation, or if you have any issues with your driving license or any sort of admin on the island, you are going to eventually speak with one of these women. They are angels when it comes to helping people on the island. They help people for free, of the good of their heart, and they've did it for years as well. And I feel really privileged actually because I've managed to arrange for them all three of them to be on a sofa at the same time, all talking about helping people. So let's cut to that interview. They are none other than Sue Pritchard, Tricia Templeton, and Lesley Donald. I am here, I feel like I'm here with island royalty actually. Three lovely ladies. We have Lesley, Sue, and Tricia. So welcome, or I should say thanks for letting me in your home, Tricia.
Thank you, you're very welcome.
And I really wanted to get you on this sofa because you have a lot of things in common. You will have one main thing in common, all three of you, which is that you help everyone on the island. I would like to start. I'll start off with Sue because I know you helped me come to the island. A very simple question: Why do you help so many people? Well, how did it start?
Just a long, long time ago when I first came to the island, it was very difficult for employers to find staff. All the people, the young ones coming wanted to do the summer season, a lot of students, everything else, and there was nobody to pull everything together. So I came up with an idea of just having early season meetups, like round the bars where employers could meet with prospective employees. It was basically a little bit like speed dating
for
jobs.
And Tricia, yourself as well, you've helped a lot of people on the island, including myself. How did you get into the whole admin thing? Because the admin on this island is such a nightmare, and you seem to make it sound so easy.
I think practice. I think because when you do it yourself, you know how difficult it is, and then so when somebody's could have put out a cry for help, well, how do I get an appointment? Well, how do I do this? How do you fill this in? Just sharing knowledge because I know how difficult it is. So I'm happy. It's apart from anything else, to get the appointments, the elusive appointments is a challenge, and it is so satisfying.
You need an appointment to get an appointment.
When you can grab an appointment, and then just helping people do the paperwork. Doesn't cost anything, does it? It doesn't cost anything to help. I don't know how difficult it is, and I just enjoy because of the work that I've done. First of all, I came here as a tour guide, as a coach guide on coaches, not in the hotels.
Okay.
So you're giving out
So
information.
you're helping people there as well.
Yeah, and I worked in the airport for, I don't know, 17, 18 years. And again, you're helping people out there. Being here for so many
100%.
years, and we didn't have internet, we didn't have mobile phones. So if you wanted to find out where's
to
the
do it
nearest
yourself.
police station, where's the nearest, you actually walked around and find out. So sharing that knowledge.
And Lesley, how did it start for you, helping people on the
Helping
island?
people, well, it's always been something that I've done, but we used to call it a friend who no longer lives on the island. People would say, oh, have you heard about this? So we would say, right, that's our mission tomorrow.
Find out.
Find out.
Because of course, pre-Google, pre-internet, so we called it missions. What missions are we going to do this winter? And from those missions, you learn more and more. And then, of course, then, you know, people ask you something and then you're able to help them.
If you can think back to a time when someone really, really helped you do any of the stuff that you're helping people do right now, who would you say that was, whether they're still on the island or not?
I don't think I had anybody.
No, I'm the same. I've always done
No,
it myself.
just myself.
Just done it ourselves.
No, like when I started doing my paddle papers, I basically got my paperwork from work.
Yeah, and you were.
Queued at 6 o'clock in the morning to get to your,
We
and
queued
just
for
handed
like
in your
6
papers.
hours.
I think everyone gets paid equally, don't they, women and men?
Well, you see, the Spanish pay system is very different in that depending where you work, you get paid you get bonuses depending on the companies for years service you've given. Someone who's been a long time in a company could be earning more than you that's come in after, even though you're in a more superior role because of basically their
Being there longer.
Yeah.
But it's not sort of sex-based.
No, not at all.
Over the years, well, actually not over the years, like in general on the island, would you say it's a man's world on the island, or is it a woman's world, or is it a shared thing? Going off the business owners that you know
It's changing, but it takes
Slowly.
it takes its time. I, for example, I am the traffic operations boss for one of the major coach companies. And really, it's always been 2 males that run the show.
Right.
So you do find, but in the end, when they know that you know your stuff,
Yeah, then it doesn't matter about anything.
yeah. But you still can come across certain barriers. Yeah. And I think you always will.
Any time that I've asked for help from either one of you, or anyone I know of who've asked for help, they've got it straight away, and it's always been the correct answer, right? So I've always wondered, has there been a time in any one of your lives where you've found it really difficult to do something and you've had to ask for help?
Well, for example, anything to do with Seppi, and so it's straight to Lesley. I said, this is not my speciality. Or I ask Lesley, if I don't want them to bother Lesley, because I'm not going to give Lesley's number to, then I would say, Lesley, so-and-so's asked me, what do they have to do? And she comes straight back with the correct answer, because that
not
side,
your field, right?
It's not my field, so I will ask Lesley for help, yes.
So if someone asks me something that I don't know, mission is your perfect word. I have to find out the answer. Mm-hmm. I will say I don't know at the moment, but I will find out. And it's just something I started doing because of COVID and everything. I subscribed to all the Spanish papers to be able to keep updated with anything. Yeah. And that was, I don't know, like a hobby, but for me, I'm just really interested in what's happening. Yeah. Next year, he said, why not just advertise that you're going to do it these hours every day in the Seaboat and charge them €10 a time? I said, I don't want to charge. I said, but what we could do is charge them for charity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Charge
good idea.
them.
idea, yeah.
You
That is
know,
a good
I
idea.
sit there,
Yes.
I do the paperwork, do a
Yes.
print there, and give it to Theo's charity.
Then you
Yeah,
don't
leave
have
it a
to.
collection tin.
Exactly.
Like my
Then you don't have to
hairdresser
declare it on
does. She
your-
has a collection
Yeah.
instead of taking
on
it
your-
in.
Am I witnessing the start of a new thing
This
here?
is like, I spoke to Julian, and to me that everybody would benefit that way. It's so satisfying when you help someone to get something that they could not have got there on their own.
Would you say, I mean, because this video is going to be predominantly about women, would you say that you have a lot of more women ask for help, or more men ask for help, or is it a sort of a balance?
It's a
I've
pretty
got
good
equal.
balance.
Yeah, I think equal. I think if somebody knows, so they say, Tricia or Sue, help me, give her a call, give her a message, send her a message. And they're so grateful. That's the thing, they're so grateful, and that we don't ask for anything. It's just that it's nice, it makes you happy to see that, oh my God, you just did that little thing, and they're so happy.
As I said at the beginning, I feel quite privileged that I'm sat in front of all three of you at the same time. And yeah, on the behalf of the whole island, really, I'd like to say thank you very much. Right, so we're here with Nell Shakespeare.
Hello.
When people think of a girl musician on the island, I would say most people think of you. I know you
Really?
might. I don't know if you think that, but
Well, that's very kind of you to say.
why do you think people think that?
I've been here a pretty long time now, 15 years, which is still shocking to me
Maybe
as
like
often
sentence.
as I say it. I do often say that I have been institutionalized at this stage by the way of life, but I think a lot of it has to do with my name. I mean, I think when I got here, a lot of the music scene really took me under their wing.
Did you find it difficult because you were a woman when you came to the island to make it as a musician, or did that not come into your head?
I mean, it's definitely played a role. I have experienced my fair share of misogyny from mostly older venue owners, but also not just men actually, but the women as well who play up to the same stereotype. A lot of people just can't help it. But when I arrived here, I wasn't trying to make it as a musician anyway.
right. So
I
what were you
couldn't
doing?
sing in front of anybody. I couldn't even play an F chord.
Right.
So I wasn't thinking I'm coming here to make it as a musician. I just wanted, I mean, it seemed impossible even to get a job behind a bar at that stage. But I tell you what, even straight away, my first job out here, which has a ridiculous story, which I shouldn't tell.
No, nobody's watching this, so it's all right. It's not that we're
We're
recording
just
it.
having a little chat in a nice ruined place. No, even my first job out here, actually, I had to leave because I was getting groped.
Wow.
Like from tourists and the management.
Wow.
And me and my friend, we sacked it in within 3 hours and got drunk because we were 21 and we just got there. We didn't not expect it because we've always been party girls, but it was also kind of like, ooh, wow, okay, it's sort of dog eat dog. And as a woman, it's been actually really amazing to be someone who's gotten stronger. And in the last sort of the last 8 years of my time here, especially teaching younger women, it's been amazing to be an inspiration to them and tell them, you know, how I kind of raised up from someone who couldn't even do this.
When I came here, not very many people know this, but I was playing a lot of gigs for free, especially the stuff that I used to do at Pikes. I used to go there quite a lot each week, throughout the week. And I think what you have to do is, you have to realise, you have to sort of decide what you really want. And if you really want something, then you put that, then it has to come from a place of passion.
It is about doing the thing
Rather
you would
than,
do for
I
free.
need money. But if you're doing it for passion, I think you'll get the money eventually.
Totally, and even now, I'll do an extra hour DJing because a lot of the time I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be.
Well, most people on the island won't know you as a musician. However, you've got this new little side thing now. Well, not
don't
recently.
we all, you know? The land of the neurodivergent and all their
the
side
artwork.
hustles. Yeah.
And you like to paint, don't you?
Yeah,
Get involved with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I just
which sort is very fitting to this surrounding, should I say?
It is.
But I wouldn't call you a graffiti
I've never
artist.
done any artwork here,
No.
actually, but I do like to smash things here occasionally.
So, how did you get into that? And hopefully we'll have some pictures to show of your
okay.
artwork.
Yeah. Actually, I should do a little shoot with my stuff here.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
I've always loved painting and creating, and winters here, before I was working on stuff, I would have a winter where I would just knit like crazy the worst scarves you've ever seen in your life, which would mysteriously get lost from all my dear friends.
I want one now, like you said.
I gave
Not today, though.
I gave up my needles. Any activity that means I can listen to tunes is great. But I was actually did the first one. I was like, quite good at that.
What's your favourite piece?
It might be my first one, or
Pick one that you've got in your house that I can get footage of.
Okay, I have one called Unlikely Hero. I painted the whole thing while I was listening to my friend's album, and he just finished it. His band is called Hero Twins, and the album's brilliant.
Little plug there.
Little plug. We don't even speak right now, but Tar, maybe. You know. Actually, I didn't do anything wrong. That was misogyny as well. The reason we don't speak is because he's a misogynist prick as well. But he has really good music. So in the true spirit of a Morrissey fan, I don't care if people are a little bit questionable in their personality. If I love their music, I'll still listen to it. Okay. So listen to Hero Twins regardless.
There you go. I think a lot of your success, obviously you're very talented in what you do, but your success has come from being very open with stuff. Like you said, you came to the island, you weren't very into house music, you didn't know your differentiation between the tech and the deep house. But you've been very open and just threw yourself in there. Like, before you came to this island, if we'd have met and I said, I think in about 15 years' time you're going to be a painter.
Maybe I would have believed you. I wouldn't have even believed that I'd be a singer, you see.
Right, okay.
At the time, I was just working in retail and going through a bad breakup. I was getting pints poured over my head and...
Pints, but what, in retail, getting pints poured over?
No. Just in life, you know. I didn't like it when I first got here, really. I've tried to leave many times, but I came back.
You tried to leave last winter as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it's 4 times now.
4th time.
Yeah. I promise I'll never have another leaving party.
You're clearly meant to be here, just pack it in.
Yeah, the energy keeps pulling me back for sure. It's a very strong energy here, and I definitely, like, the pinnacle of that is Esvedra. I kind of think of it as a bit of a family member. So like the Balearic Islands are all little family, you know. Big brother Mallorca, who can kind of do no wrong, but is like a little bit.
What would Esvedra be, like the little sister or the?
Well, no, Vedra's not a Balearic Island though, but Formentera's like the quirky kind of insular, maybe a painter
Untouched.
kind of.
The Virgin. The Virgin of the Balearic Islands.
It's not that untouched.
Well, I mean, it's very untouched though, isn't it? It's very clean and
Ibiza's like the crazy one that just somehow rolls through life and everything, like the scandals.
It's always in rehab.
Yeah, it's always exciting, but then you forgive it anyways. It's so unlovable, you know, it's just... And I'm really proud to be part of that history. Like, I'd say both of us now have done enough on this island to be considered, even in some people, I mean, I've probably done like 300 weddings, 500 weddings at this point.
Yeah, that's a massive
I'm
part
part of all
lives,
those people's history. It's what a privilege, having played at Space in the 27th year
Did you play at Space?
to honour Pepe at the IMS.
That's awesome.
Carl Cox actually was dancing to me to have worked with some real heroes.
So many people come to the island who, especially in Pikes, because when I play in Pikes, I'm sort of facing the other way, so I don't really see people. I mean, I do now because I'm facing the other way, but the majority of the years I've played that, I've been facing a wall. I don't really see people. So when they used to come out each year, they'd be like, oh, you played, and it was such a special night, like we had a tea, blah, blah, and I'm like, I've never seen you before in my life.
I've had people say to me like, oh my God, you know the Crazy Piano Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah, he's a friend of mine, yeah.
Right, that's
like,
cool,
you
man.
actually know him.
Right. Oh, that's really cool. See, but yeah, that's really nice to know that you're like a part of someone's memory for life.
Yeah, I managed to go my entire career without learning Wonderwall. I couldn't play it. Well, I mean, I could guess it if you put a gun to my head, but I might prefer to be shot.
Prefer to be shot? Come on.
I play other Oasis songs, but Wonderwall's just really a thing.
Right, well, my next question was going to be, have you got any Oasis tickets for next year? But obviously, you mustn't have.
No.
Girls coming to the island who are going to start up any career whatsoever, what advice would you give to them?
I would say decide what kind of performer that you want to be and find out the reasons why and try and stick to your guns. For me personally, it really helps to have things written down, and it could be like, I want to be bold and edgy and, you know, whatever it is, or if you want to be floaty and soft and ethereal or whatever it is, and why you want to be like that and how you're going to do it, and stick to your guns. Remember why you're doing it, and also remember that you don't have to do things forever.
True.
That you can go for something for a year or two and it would be a great experience, and you can do something else. Try lots of things. Try not to be too hard on yourself, but that is the hardest advice to follow.
That is the hardest thing. Well, it's easy to give that, isn't it?
Yeah, like if you truly are an artist, get ready to feel both pain and pleasure. You know, what's bad for your heart is good for your art.
High five to that. Thank you very much for coming in.
Light it up, pedal to the metal. We're gonna take it to a whole nother level tonight.
So we're now on our way to meet another lovely lady on the island, and this woman has a very interesting job actually. She works with people who work in the adult industry, so porn stars. We don't normally think about porn stars having mental problems because of their job. This lady who we're on our way to meet actually helps these people when they're going through bad times. So this one's going to be an interesting interview.
Gonna blow it all out, gonna show everybody what the future's about. Hey.
Right, so we are here at the wonderful area called Calavadea with Leah. So if you can just explain to the viewers really what you do on the island.
So I've been on the island almost 10 years now, and my main job is founder and CEO of a non-profit organisation which is based in the US, and we provide mental health care and emotional support to people working in the online adult industry.
As a woman, would you say your career has benefited from being a woman, or would you say it struggled because of that?
I think it's absolutely benefited from being a woman. One, working in the adult industry, working with content creators and people who are quite often, stigmatized, feel very isolated. There's going to be a much deeper connection with the woman. It's a very male-driven industry, so having that safe space to come, and I don't like to stereotype, right, but women generally are known for being more empathetic, and I think it just comes across better, particularly a female face. So I think it's definitely benefited in the mental health industry, in the adult industry, in the corporate world. It is very male-driven, and it takes a lot to show your worth and prove your worth, as you should anywhere. But I think particularly as a woman, that's got that little bit extra. We discussed before the camera was rolling, very different people 10 years ago, very different person 10 years ago. Coming to Ibiza and all of the temptations everywhere can be quite distracting. So I think that's why I was here for a good 2.5 years before getting the business started. Because
100%.
Yeah,
yeah, me included in that. And I think a lot of people as well. And I've always sort of said to people who come to the island, "What's it like? Is it easy? Is it difficult? Is it expensive? Is it this?" And I just say, look, if you can get through the first 2 years, 2.5 years, and you can come out the other side, you're probably going to be here. Because the island itself, I'm a believer in, as Vedra, kicks you off or keeps you here. So if she, being a lady obviously, if she keeps you here for at least 2 years, then you're probably fine. It's like it's an adult playground, isn't it, really?
Starting a business when there's all these temptations and you get very used to a life of going to all the parties and you're on all the guest lists and you're invited to all the villas and yada, yada, yada. And then you go, do you know what?
How do you say no?
Now's the time to start a business. and that kind of transitional period of, oh, I can't do that anymore. Or I can't go there anymore. Or I've got to be up early in the morning. That's very hard in itself. And also, you transition with your friendship groups as well.
Exactly, yeah. I think when you're going out and you're socialising, your dopamine levels are quite high. So with that in mind, you start coming up with ideas because you're happy, and you're going out more. You're meeting different people. You're experiencing people's lives, and you think, oh wow, that's interesting. I can do something like that. Or I can do something. So I think that creative mind comes from that period. I think of being sort of free. Or would you say not?
I don't know. I see exactly where you're coming from. And, you know, it's a lot of nice little trippy experiences one can have that may expand mind and ideas. But I also think that coming out of that lifestyle now, yes, I'm a very different person. It's a very different life. But I feel so much more fulfilled in general. And maybe the ideas did come from being surrounded by creativity and the weird and the wonderful.
Kitchen parties.
Kitchen parties, yeah. All those great ideas that you execute really well at a kitchen party. Yeah.
That is where the magic happens, the kitchen, apparently. Where does your bread and butter come from?
I have a salary. I'm CEO of the, It's a salary as any CEO would have from a non-profit. You know, we also need to live. But on top of that, I've got a couple of other apartments around the corner from here that I rent out.
Oh, right, okay.
And I also am starting a second company, which will also be based in the US.
Okay. Why the US?
Wherever your charity is registered, it's only people within that country that are going to get allowed to have a tax deductible donation. And most of the porn companies are based in the US. We couldn't get a bank account. It's like we're a charity, we provide mental health care. But just because we're related in some way to the adult industry, we couldn't get a bank account. It's absolutely mental.
Right.
And then, so if charities in the US have to provide the majority, or the majority of their spending must be within the US, but you can provide care globally. So that worked really well for us as well.
Right.
And then the second company is based there because one of our business partners is in the US, one is based in Canada, and
so
Florida had the lowest tax.
Right, okay. Perfect. I might move there then. If there's any women watching this who are thinking of starting up their own business in your field, someone's just come into the island today, they've just arrived, and you mentioned you've got no competition. So if someone comes on the island like, I can do a little bit of this. I've only got Leah as the competition.
Well,
what would your advice be?
I still wouldn't be competition, so it's all right.
No, there's no such thing as competition.
Collaboration, not competition. Really know your market. Really understand the people you're going to be wanting money from. Understand what they're going to want from it. It sounds terrible, but you know, everyone needs some kind of return on, even though it does give them a warm, fuzzy feeling. Get your charity registered. No one's going to donate to you until you've got your charity registered, because they want to make sure that they know where the money's going. And set it up like you would any business. I think people just go, oh, do you know what? I'm going to set up a charity. It's going to be loads of fun, but it's going to collect money and give it to people or dogs or whatever else. And it's really hard.
Yeah, I think that's the foundation of every charity idea. But there's a lot of people forget about the admin and the logistics and everything else.
There is so much admin.
So much work to do good.
And it really is. I'd say for a lot of people, you might be able to find a charity that's doing something similar that can take your donations and help you do what you want to do. I would also say that you should have, again, like with starting any business, probably enough money in your bank to fund your charity yourself for a year. Because again, people that are thinking to donate to whatever you're doing want to be able to see that you've proved that it works, that you're going to do what you say you're going to do with their money, and that it works, most importantly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you experienced any difficulties going from the fact that you're a woman?
I have personally never felt I've experienced any difficulties because of my gender, other than in some Eastern European countries, which we're not talking about. I think there are a lot of beautiful, successful, independent, incredible women on this island, and that there are very few men of the same caliber. I would say that it's an island that very much promotes either equal opportunities or even nurtures women more so.
Right, well, thank you very much for that, and I really appreciate your time and meeting up with me today to tell your story, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you
even
very
though
much.
You're already very, very successful, but I do wish you the very best, and thanks very much for today.
It's been lovely. Thank
you. Today we're on our way to meet a friend of mine called Karina, and she's got her own business on the island doing lashes. So let's see if she's in.
Hello, is this Roberto?
It's me, can you let me in?
What up?
Shit.
Hello.
So we're here with Karina. She's been here since 2015, so she's been here 9 years. Welcome, Karina.
Yes, yeah, welcome.
How are
Thank
you?
you. I'm good.
So tell us a little bit about what you do on the island, and tell us a bit actually why you came to the island first.
Why I came to the island, right, God's honest truth, I was 21 years old. I'd done the whole thing, like go to school, go to college, go to uni, get a degree, get a job. I was 21, recently single, and I needed like a switch up. So I came to Ibiza, and I came for party reasons back then, but I've settled actually. So I actually had access to a lot of clubs through Ushuaia because we had different events in different clubs. And I partied a lot.
So you're well settled now, 9 years in.
9 years in, well settled. I think COVID did that to me, to be honest, so hats off to COVID. But yeah, well settled now.
And you, tell the people what you actually do on the island. You've got your own little business going on.
So yeah, I have a little business called Lashed Up Dolls. So I'm a lash artist and a brow artist. So I apply lash extensions, do lash lifts, brow laminations, all year round here. I've done like every job on this island. I've done like ticket selling, body painting, glittering, PR and promotion, everything. I did predominantly bar work as well. So it gets to a point where you're getting into like your older 20s now, and bar work, you just can't keep up with it anymore. So
what is it, just because of the lifestyle?
The lifestyle, the drinking, the night shifts, everything, like it catches up with you. I was doing ski seasons at the time as well. I was getting way too old for it. So I thought, what do I want to do? So I trained as a lash artist.
Girls or women who are thinking about coming to Ibiza, or actually who live on the island right now, or even who live in the UK or whatever, who don't have their own business, who are thinking about setting something up, what would you say to them?
My biggest thing would be don't get FOMO. So obviously you can get very sidetracked in Ibiza. For me, I think because I had done it all those years back, I don't really get that FOMO anymore. I've been there, I've done it. If you're coming to Ibiza for the first time, you're going to want to experience all of those things. So the best thing I would say is just don't have FOMO. If you can separate yourself from that and have that like level head on you, and you've got that drive to go for it with your business, then do it, but just don't get FOMO, because that's what's going to get in the way.
You can tell me just a little bit about your working week. I mean, how many days? Because obviously people who are watching this who are thinking about having their own business or moving to the island, they probably think, well, how many days do I have to work and things like that. So take me through a working week. How many days do you have off?
Well, I mean, I'm my own boss. I can kind of do what I want, but this has actually been my biggest learning curve because I obviously threw myself in the deep end, and it was quite bad because for the first 2 years kind of after COVID, I, honest to God, was working nearly 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, which was not healthy.
Doing this?
Doing this, right. Yeah, literally. I was just by myself. I had so many clients on board, which once again, I'm so grateful for. But I was jam-packed. I was doing 6 to 7 a day. I mean, working 12 hours. I went so skinny. I did not eat. It was, looking back, it was a learning curve again because I didn't have that work balance. I just had so much loyalty to my clients and was trying to fit everyone in when I could, like, because I was just so grateful that this has happened. Over time, I have learned there's a different quality of life, like having my food, having my lunch. Yeah. So now I try and aim for, like, personally myself doing 5, but what I have done is took somebody else on. So I'm trying to not let down like any clients, but at the same time, I'm trying to have like a good work balance, yeah, because it just got ridiculous. I was taking, like, even on my days off a few years back, I'd have somebody message me and I was getting offered double the amount, like anything, just to get them done. And then I would take it because I would be like, okay, well, this is double the amount of money. Like, who would be so stupid to not take that? But then I still wasn't having that day off. So even though I was just doing maybe that one person in the morning, I still never got that lie in. I still never had that time to myself. So yeah, that's been my biggest lesson, like having your own business is like trying to like navigate.
Juggle everything.
Life, yeah.
Do you have any competition on the island?
Yes.
In what you do?
A lot. But that's a really good question because anybody that knows me on a personal level, there's no competition to me. Like, I don't look at anybody as competition, like, and I would love to think they think the same. A lot of my friends are in the same industry, not necessarily based in San Antonio, and we pass clients to each other. If I'm not on the island, I will pass them to her, she will pass them to me, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no competition because I just think if you're confident in what you do and what you're doing is successful, then it shouldn't be any competition. And I think if the other person is confident in what they do, then that's how it is. The key to success is not dwell on what somebody else is doing. If you're confident with what you do and you're successful and you are, you know, you're making money and you're happy, then it's a win-win.
Yeah. And do you have any lads, any male clients who come and get their lashes done?
I've never done a male client for lashes, and I really want to.
Could I be the first person?
Do your lashes.
What would I need to do?
You just lie there, you fall asleep.
Right, does it not hurt or anything?
It doesn't hurt nothing. I've done male brows, I've done lots of male brows. Actually, a lot of the men love their brows being done.
Not that I've ever thought or been interested in getting my lashes done, but the fact that you've just said you've never done one, that makes me want to be the first person.
Lashes, and I see it all over social media. A lot of men love to get their lashes done, even if it's like a lash lift or extensions. So yeah, I've done many men's brows.
What would it do?
It
wouldn't make me look like a girl, would it? Because I don't really
want. You'd look very pretty.
Right. Okay. What is it? Just like you colour it, or?
So with extensions, I'd lengthen them and thicker them.
No, I don't want that.
With the lash lift, I would.
Just a service. Just maybe a service or something.
Maybe the lash lift, because that would enhance your own lashes. But yeah, I have never done a man's lashes and I would love to.
Right, well, if I do end up getting this done, I'll cut to the B-roll now. Any advice for any girls, any women that are going to be coming to the island who can actually stay because of the whole Brexit thing?
Yeah.
What advice would you give them? Not in respect, not necessarily having on your own business, but just what you should be doing as soon as you get to the island.
Oh, that's a tricky one. I mean, if you're first coming to the island, I would definitely just say go and explore, because it's a beautiful island. Go and explore. But then I would this is how I would work. Make yourself a list of things that you need to do, whether that's like something with the Historia, your accountant, or just registering some papers, or if it's to get a car, rent a car, sign for an apartment, anything. Make a list, get yourself settled, make your environment nice. Like, environment's a really, really big thing. So get your environment all safe for yourself, and then just work from your list, but make sure you explore the island.
That's some great advice. Well, thank you very much for inviting me into your house, and I wish you the very, very best.
Thank you very
with
much.
Your lashes, and yeah, maybe I'll experience
Maybe you'll
them
get
as well.
some.
Who knows? Right, I can't believe I'm getting this done. I'm actually doing it. So what are you going to do?
So I'm
Is this going to hurt? So.
Long nights like dominoes, all is lying on the edge.
Why do you women get all this done?
So, do you feel any discomfort?
I feel fantastic.
Right, I know what I gotta do. Heart is blind, I've been down at times, but nothing can keep me from.
Some clients describe it as like an out-of-eye experience.
Wow.
When I start
I
scraping
do
them
feel
back
like
now.
your body just wants to get off the bed.
Free me from my wicked ways. I long to see through the haze. Long days waking up too late. It's
And just try and relax the eye because it's shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Got a little eye twitch.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Sometimes you can feel the scraping of the lashes.
Yeah.
I can feel your breathing getting heavier.
Yeah. And girls get this done on a what basis?
I try to live without your touch. The world is cold and lonely enough.
So there's a part of me that knows that we've got enough footage, and
Yeah,
then there's
I
a
mean,
part of me that's like, I
you
really
haven't-
don't want to get anything else.
To feel your love, your love, your love. Long roads with your memory.
Right, you start to open. It
You
might,
should.
yeah, it might sing a little bit.
Frightened.
No, it's okay.
I'm quite enjoying your fun.
You're done. All done.
Oh yeah, whoa, wait.
I know what I gotta do. Heart is blind, I've been down at times, but nothing can keep me from you.
Go on, mate. Like and subscribe, I dare you.